and heart-racing than years before. I'm Riley McAmoyle.
And I'm Zach Anderson. We'll also tour the WVU wrestling facilities, fully decked out with the best equipment there is.
These stories and more coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, a sports magazine show produced by sports and adventure media students right here at West Virginia University.
800 feet in the air. That's how far base jumpers leaped into the New River Gorge below. It's only once a year, the third Saturday in October in Fayette County, West Virginia. And I understand you went this year, Riley.
Yes, Zach. I had the opportunity to experience these jumps firsthand, along with reporter Elizabeth Carey, who joins us now live in the studio to tell us about this exciting event. Elizabeth?
Zach, Riley, the largest bridge in the Western Hemisphere hosts an event that you won't see anywhere else. In Fayetteville, West Virginia, Bridge Day brings over 100,000 people to the New River Gorge for an adventure event like no other. I traveled down south to see what this event is all about. Bridge Day is West Virginia's largest single-day festival and one of the largest extreme sports events in the world. This year, Bridge Day brought in around 300 base jumpers from 39 states and 4 countries.
Thanks, Elizabeth. In continuing our team coverage on Bridge Day, the event is not just about base jumping and rappelling. It also provides a massive financial boost to businesses in southern West Virginia. I traveled down to Fayetteville for the story. For those living in southern West Virginia, Bridge Day generates the largest economic turnout in the state, similar to what businesses see on days like Black Friday and during the holiday season.
Big money sports like football and men's basketball have a large budget, and now WVU Wrestling benefits from their own state-of-the-art performance center, completed in 2022. I have the story on this facility that's used by hundreds of athletes every day. The wrestling team isn't the only varsity sports team to benefit from the state-of-the-art facility. Volleyball, rowing, men's and women's soccer, and other Olympic sports can use this facility to train their athletes.
Zach, the Mountaineer football team is currently ranked number 81 nationally with an average of 394 yards per game.
This is a decline from their 2022 performance when they were ranked as high as number 56, but the team is trying to make a comeback. Andrew Corbett has that story. Riley, you know who is on a winning streak? Coach Nikki Izzo Brown. Izzo Brown has never had a losing season as a head coach and has led WVU to 23 consecutive 10-plus winning seasons.
That's right, Zach. And Aaron Parker joins us now in the studio with his segment, Coach's Corner, to tell us more. Aaron?
Riley, Zach, they're calling her a collegiate soccer legend. We're talking about Nikki Izzo Brown. As the head coach of the West Virginia women's soccer program for 28 years, Izzo Brown has led her team to 8 conference titles and has produced a whopping 34 professional athletes. And recently, Izzo Brown earned a special milestone. Izzo Brown will look to expand on her 5 Big 12 tournament championships, which leads all active coaches in the conference and is tied for first in Big 12 women's soccer history. Riley, Zach, back to you.
Coach Nikki Izzo Brown sure has taken the women's soccer program to new heights, Zach.
Yes, she has, Riley. Speaking of heights, 18 balloons soared over Morgantown recently for the annual Hot Air Balloon Festival. Kira Nadzadi joins us now from Studio B at the Media Innovation Center to explain in her segment, Finding Adventure. Kira?
Thanks, Zach. Riley, every year balloon pilots travel from all over the country to Morgantown to fly among the hills. And even though these balloons seem weightless as they soar in the sky, they're actually very heavy. Hot air balloons can weigh as much as 700 pounds. I went to this event to get a closer look. Many people ask, how much do hot air balloons cost? Well, the price of one balloon may surprise you. Balloon prices are similar to cars. A hot air balloon costs between $18,000 and $50,000. Riley, Zach, back to you at the Waterfront Studio.
I'm not sure what's more heart-racing, Riley. Bridge jumping or being that high up in a hot air balloon? Well, coming up after the break, Patrick McCabe will have our Playbook Player of the Week.
And have you ever been axe throwing? It's considered one of the world's oldest sports. Stay tuned, that story straight ahead.
WVU women's soccer has a leader stepping up this season. And even though she's just over 5 feet, number 23 is proving to be a powerhouse among her teammates.
That's right, Zach. Patrick McCabe joins us now in the studio with his segment, Playbook Player of the Week. Patrick?
Riley, Zach, WVU women's soccer is on a hot streak, winning 4 of their last 5 games going into the Big 12 Conference Tournament. The resurgence has been led by one of the team's leaders who's played her whole life with her head in the game. The Mountaineers are officially slotted in as the 5th seed in the Big 12 Conference Tournament after their 1-1 draw against Cincinnati on October 23rd. The team will play number 4 seed Texas in the first quarterfinal matchup on October 30th. Zach, Riley, back to you.
Thanks, Patrick. Riley, did you know how diverse our men's soccer team is?
Absolutely, Zach. And many of these players have been key pieces to the Mountaineers' success this season. At one point during the WVU men's soccer season, 10 out of the starting 11 players were born outside of the United States. The Mountaineers are ranked within the top 10 in the nation and were ranked number 2 in the United Soccer Coaches Poll, which was the highest they have ever been placed in program history. Carlos Hernando from Madrid is just one of those players who have stepped up this year. We wish the entire team the best of luck in their season.
Did you know that the WVU club hockey team has been around since 1968?
Ryan Darty explains how a club sport is different from other teams at the university. In our very own backyard, Mountaineers have a unique opportunity to find their inner lumberjack.
That's right, Riley. Mountaineers can also relieve stress in a rage room session at Mountain Man Axe Throwing. Matt Palminteri has more on the story.
That looked like a lot of fun, Zach. Well, that's it for this week's edition of Mountaineer Playbook, our sports magazine show where we dive into inspiring stories of coaches, players, and passionate fans who make the sports world truly remarkable. I'm Riley McAmoyle.
And I'm Zach Anderson. Please like and follow our page on Facebook at Mountaineer Playbook. Don't miss the chance to celebrate the heart and soul of the game with us next time on Mountaineer Playbook.
From basketball to soccer, a new arrival to a triple-digit winning veteran, the Mountaineer coaches are making a statement. I'm Riley McAmoyle.
And I'm Zach Anderson. The coaches aren't the only highlighted Mountaineers. We'll show you some star players as well.
These stories and more coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, a sports magazine show produced by sports and adventure media students right here at West Virginia University.
Riley, the WVU women's basketball team has a fresh face on the bench who is already making a splash in the win column.
That's right, Zach. Mark Kellogg had debuted as the new head coach of the Mountaineers, assisting in the early season success. Aaron Parker joins us now in the studio with his segment, Coach's Corner. Aaron?
Zach, Riley, after just 1 season in Morgantown, former WVU women's basketball coach Dawn Plitzawhite made her way closer to home at the University of Minnesota, leaving athletic director Ren Baker in a tough spot. For his first head coaching hire at West Virginia, Baker went back to his Division II roots to find his diamond in the rough. The women's basketball team has started the Kellogg era off strong as the Mountaineers defeated rival Pitt on the road by a score of 71-62 on November 11th. Zach, Riley, back to you.
Thanks, Aaron. Well, the women's basketball program has a new face taking the helm. The WVU men's soccer team has a veteran who has just marked his spot in the history books.
That's right, Riley. The Mountaineers just concluded their conference tournament, and their win in the semifinal marked Dan Stratford's 100th career win as a head coach. Manny Mardiege has the story. Riley, the soccer team has sure made the most of their season, but one player in another sport football is making his mark too.
That's right, Zach. It's beanie season, but not just because it's getting colder outside. Cornerback Beanie Bishop has made a name for himself at Milan Puskar Stadium. Patrick McCabe joins us now in the studio with his segment, Playbook Player of the Week. Patrick?
Riley, Zach, the football team has found the star player that has elevated the secondary this season. Our football correspondent Andrew Corbett has the story. Bishop was recently named as one of 20 semifinalists for the 29th Chuck Bednarik Award, signifying the most outstanding defensive player of the year. The winners of the Bednarik Award will be announced as part of the ESPN Home Depot College Football Award Show, which will be broadcast live on ESPN on December 8th. Zach, Riley, back to you.
Thanks, Patrick. In January, the WVU gymnastics team starts their season.
However, this year is a special milestone, as 2024 marks the 50th anniversary of gymnastics at WVU. I have the story of what it means to the newest generation of gymnasts. The gymnastics team has a successful history since the program's inception in 1974, and last season, the team was ranked as high as 30th nationally, Riley.
That's great news, Zach. Well, January isn't just the start of the gymnastics season. It's also prime time to hit the slopes.
Ski season is approaching as fast as the people who go down the mountains. Our Kira Nadzadi joins us now from Studio B at the Media Innovation Center to explain in her segment, Find an Adventure. Kira?
Thanks, Riley. Zach, with winter right around the corner, more than 18 million Americans are getting ready to shred the slopes. Included in that group is WVU's very own ski team. Matt Palmateri has the story. For more information on the WVU ski team, or if you would like to join, you can contact the Instagram page at WVU Ski Team. Riley, Zach, back to you at the Waterfront Studio.
Thanks, Kira. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of the cold, but I'm looking forward to the Summer Olympics in Paris next year.
I agree, Riley. In fact, we'll take a closer look at the Mountaineers aiming for their spot in the Olympic Games and those on the international stage.
The WVU men's basketball team is off to a 3-3 start this season, with one freshman that's making himself known on the Mountaineers' shorthanded rotation.
That's right, Riley. Ofri Neve is the 6'6" freshman forward from Israel that's bringing new skills to Mountaineer basketball. Ryan Darty joins us now live in the studio to tell us more.
Zach, Riley, Ofri Neve is one of 5 internationally born players on the WVU men's basketball roster. And in his first season of college basketball, he is shaping up to be one of the best freshmen in the country. The Mountaineers currently hold a 6-game winning streak over the Pitt Panthers, and they'll be looking to join the women's basketball and football team with wins in the backyard brawl this season. Riley, back to you.
Though this team doesn't have a backyard brawl, the WVU rifle team is the most successful collegiate rifle program in the United States, with 19 national championships and a track record for producing Olympians. Back in October, 8 Mountaineers traveled to Fort Moore, Georgia, to compete in the first round of the Olympic trials, and 3 advanced to the next round. For junior Gavin Barnick, it would be a dream come true to compete at the Olympics after transferring from Alaska Fairbanks. For senior Matt Sanchez, going to the Olympics is a goal of recovery after a time of loss. For 5th-year senior Mary Tucker, after taking home silver at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, she is looking for a rematch. Round 2 of the Olympic qualifiers takes place on December 8th through the 13th in Colorado Springs.
Rifle isn't the only team with Olympic prospects. Redshirt senior Kaylee McCabe of the women's cross-country team is preparing for her turn on the international stage. After being named the Big 12 Women's Runner of the Year in 2021 and 2022, McCabe is looking for redemption after missing the 2020 Olympics by fractions of a second. Ranked 34th globally in steeplechase, McCabe has the right support at WVU with assistant coach Clara Santucci, who has also competed in the Olympic trials. Olympic qualifying ends June 30th, 2024, And with a national championship under her belt, McCabe is ready for the next level of competition.
Not every Olympic sport has a D1 team at WVU. For example, the fencing club has been a part of the university for over 30 years.
That's right, Riley. And fencing has been around for thousands of years. Kira Nadzadi explains.
Unlike other combat sports like wrestling and martial arts, fencing has no weight class because the biggest advantage is skill rather than size.
What an exciting way to get active, Riley. And I can't wait to see swords clash this summer at the Olympics.
I agree, Zach. Well, that's it for this week's edition of Mountaineer Playbook, our sports magazine show where we dive into inspiring stories of coaches, players, and passionate fans who make the sports world truly remarkable. I'm Riley McMoyle.
And I'm Zach Anderson. Please make sure to like and follow our page on Facebook at Mountaineer Playbook. Don't miss the chance to celebrate the heart and soul of the game with us.
We'd like to give a shout out to our behind-the-scenes crew, our producers Garrett Collins and Elizabeth Carey, and our director Jake Held, along with the rest of our crew, Kara, Haley, Connor, Sam, Andrew, Brandon, Manny, and Matt.
And the team at University Relations, led by Joe Webb. Without all of you and your support, this show would not be possible. And we can't forget our professors, Chuck Scatterday and Gina Dahlia.
And last but not least, we want to thank all of our videographers. We could not have done our jobs as reporters without your creativity and vision. We leave you now with a short video produced by our videographers, Jake, Seth, Tyler P, and Tyler B.
This is our final show of the semester. Thanks for watching Mountaineer Playbook.